garden was kind of started after 2012 when we had a big flood. So what you're seeing around here is basically a salvaged kind of flood garden, and most of it is a testament to the stone. So I suppose we tried to put the stone in first, and then I gradually started getting really into gardening as I was placing the stones and putting the shrubs and things around it. So I'm a late onset gardening addict now, I suppose. So that's how it all began.
I can hear all the robins and the tits and finches and you said you've seen other birds?
You'd always see the birds here. Definitely we'd have kestrels and sparrowhawks.
It's just incredible in a huge space like this that you've inherited with all the big large trees, and it creates plenty of habitats for all the small birds and the larger birds with all their nests and stuff. So I was just amazed.
This river that runs through your land?
The Glenamocht River.
Glenamocht River, and it's a tributary of the Bride. It joins the Bride later on, I think, is it? So this is flowing through your land, and you've got your own stands of trees on either side of it. There are neighbours with their own green areas, and you're all interacting here within this big green space. Do you want to talk about how you're using the river and how you're using the green area among you?
Yeah, well, I suppose the river for us, there's such an abundance of bird life. For us, that's the one thing we'd see. You'd see the wagtails all the time. Mm-hmm. You can see the fish in there. I wouldn't really know what type of fish. I think there's trout and things in there. But the river is a huge part of our lives, because basically everything you see here in the garden is a floodplain.
Shaded by the tree, slowed down by the riffle below us, we have a really, really good habitat here for fish. And then when I came along, there were fish feeding happily in the stream, facing into the current.
And the river is a boundary as well, because we've got the woods then on the other side of it. And obviously then we access the woods, and we have family members living just above us. We kind of call all this area the valley, really, because we've got family members living here, and we have family members living over here. And we don't have fences or hedges or anything. We literally we just have kind of created a lovely walk.
And people might forget, if they're looking at all these trees and this lovely river, that we are pretty much in the middle of the city. There's a big roads, there's a train line there running over us. We're 2 minutes away from the big shopping centres, but you've got this massive green space that has a real diversity of habitats in it, diversity of plants, and all the neighbouring gardens are all connected to each other. You don't have the fences in between, which in normal times in a city would prevent a fox from getting one garden to the next,
that's true.
or a badger from getting one place to the next. So having it all connected like that is just class. It's so good, and it's so rare and so special for that to be happening somewhere like this. Like upstream of here, the river's flowing through just kind of mildly used farmland. It's not very built up upstream of here, as far as I can see from maps and stuff. Which means that the water quality is very good. It means you've got good invertebrates among all the stones, and they're feeding the fish, they're feeding the little sticklebacks and the little things, and they're in turn feeding the trout and the salmon that are coming up the lee. The other really important thing for maintaining the aquatic life is the topography of the stream and the riverbanks. So if you've got, like we have over here, there's lovely little gaps among all the old stones. You've got overhanging vegetation. That all helps to create shelter for the fish and for the invertebrates. It helps to keep the water cooler during the summer as well, which can be very important to keep. The colder the water is, the more oxygen there is in the water, so that gives more opportunities for things to thrive. If you have those animals moving through, they want to be here. They feel safe, they're sheltered among all the vegetation, there's food for them to have here. Herons, hedgehogs and badgers are a really good sign. That means that the soil is nice and healthy and it's got lots of bugs in it. It also means that you've got hollows, older, darker spaces for them to make their burrows in, make their sets in. And you've got bats that are flying around.
We've otters.
Otters, So they're all really good indicator species. I've also seen some very nice dead wood, dead standing trees, vital for owls, for bats, for beetles. This is an old pine that's dead, and it is full of life. There's all over the surface here, there's spider webs, there's loads of crevasses inside for animals to be hiding in. But really importantly, when you have dead wood like this, it tends to get overrun with fungi. The fungi break down the lignin, the hard parts of this wood, and then that makes the nutrients in the tree accessible to loads and loads of different kinds of invertebrates. You have all different kinds of beetles and everything making their way through the bark. That's food for woodpeckers, that's food for robins and dunnocks and all these other birds that are going to be hopping around the place. So it's all one nice big operating system.
Yeah.
Class. I love it.
Yeah. Aren't we lucky?
You're so lucky. Yeah.